Liverpool prepare to lose 30% of attackers' transfer fee in big-name summer sale. Liverpool are reportedly open to offloading Darwin Nunez in the summer and will seek a fee lower than the one they paid for him. Nunez's time at Anfield has been inconsistent. He's like a Schrodinger's striker. You can't predict if he'll be frustratingly brilliant or disappointing until he's in front of goal. The Uruguayan has moments where he struggles with basic control, only to score an incredible goal minutes later. Last season, he netted 18 goals and assisted 13, but this term, he's only managed 4 goals in 21 Premier League appearances, missing more big chances than he's converted. 5. Speculation about his future has been rife, and TBR Football reports that Liverpool are willing to let him leave in the summer. They suggest a £60 million asking price for Nunez, a significant reduction from the £85 million they paid in 2022. Given his performance, it's hard to argue he's worth that initial price, and the Reds might struggle to find buyers at the revised price. The report mentions that potential landing spots for Nunez are limited, though there is some interest from the Saudi Pro League. It's believed that Nunez is open to a move to the Middle East, a transfer that could have happened in January. However, Liverpool has reportedly said they did not engage in any talks regarding his departure during that window. Fabrizio Romano, a transfer insider, has revealed that Liverpool was very close to letting Nunez join Al Nassr, but they decided against it. With Nunez continuing to frustrate, it's no surprise that Liverpool is now ready to part ways with him, likely to seek a more reliable option for their attack. Sean Dyche's dismissal and the managerial carousel. Sean Dyche became the 6th Premier League manager to lose his job this season, a day after Julian Lopetegui was sacked by West Ham. This marks a sharp contrast to last season, where managerial changes were few and far between. Despite being a strong contender for the next manager to leave, Ange Postecoglou has held firm. Though his team has been knocked out of 2 cup competitions, Postecoglou managed to steer Tottenham to 3 consecutive league victories. As a result, for the first time in weeks, they're no longer in the relegation zone. Tottenham now sit comfortably with 33 points, and they're likely safe for the season. However, despite showing resilience, Postecoglou's time at Spurs hasn't been entirely smooth. Early defeats, especially to Leicester, raised doubts about his ability to keep them up, and his team's struggle to break through against rivals like Aston Villa and Crystal Palace has left people questioning their trajectory. Tottenham, once a potential title contender, now seems destined for mid-table mediocrity, and it remains to be seen whether Postecoglou can keep his job beyond this season. Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim's tenure at Manchester United has been a bumpy ride. The squad has shown signs of improvement, particularly in their performance against Liverpool, but consistency remains an issue. The defeat to Newcastle was especially tough, and Amorim's confidence in his approach might be starting to show cracks. United's performance in key matches, like their 2-0 loss to Crystal Palace and the poor showing against Tottenham, has led to growing doubts about his future. Amorim's decision to embrace the now or never mindset could be a risky move. The squad's struggles with injuries and lack of form have led to a sense that their finishing position may be lower than expected, possibly even 16th. Manchester United's ongoing issues, combined with a series of disappointing results, have created an atmosphere of uncertainty. The question now is whether Amorim can turn things around or if he's edging toward the exit. Either way, it's been a season of frustration for United and their fans alike. As Liverpool look to take down Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium for the first time in almost 10 years, they will need everyone to be at their best. Here are some special player performances often overlooked in previous meetings between the 2 juggernauts that helped the Reds get the job done. In what was shaping up to be a glaring mismatch, Jurgen Klopp's misfiring Liverpool traveled to the Etihad to take on a Man City side who had won 12 of their last 13 Premier League home games. But ever the man for the occasion, Brazilian maestro Felipe Coutinho stepped up when his side needed him most. Coutinho did well to dispossess Bakary Sagna, which in turn led to Joaquim Mangala's disastrous attempt at a block being turned into his own goal to make it 1-0. After some hard work from Roberto Firmino, he neatly set up his Brazilian counterpart for a first-time finish past a hapless Joe Hart to double the Reds' lead. Coutinho continued to run the show in Manchester, latching onto Emre Can's backay. After a false start to the season that saw both City and Arsenal saunter into the top 2 spots, a raucous Anfield awaited Pep Guardiola and his men. In a contest that saw the Reds outclassed by City during large portions of the game, a pedestrian midfield and leaky defense left Alisson as the last port of call. The Brazilian made 6 saves, the pick of the bunch being a show-stopping one-handed save from Erling Haaland's strike. Haaland was snuffed out by the likes of Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez, but the Norwegian's eyes lit up as he took on the shot in the box. But Alisson's defiance was a turning point in the game. The Egyptian made light work of João Cancelo before firing Liverpool to victory in front of an ecstatic cop. It was a game-winning act from Alisson, whose shot-stopping is second to none in the Premier League, but his distribution for the assist put his countryman Ederson to shame. Dominik Szoboszlai, 2-0, 1st of December 2024. Upon kickoff, it became alarmingly clear that the expert pressing of Ryan Gravenberch, Luis Diaz, and Dominik Szoboszlai overpowered City's fragile midfield. However, it was the latter who produced a statement display as Liverpool looked to define their title credentials against the holders. He also created 4 chances, the most of any player in a red shirt, and was cruelly denied an assist early in the first half after his pinpoint cross was headed onto the post by Van Dijk. While Gravenberch has looked fatigued as of late, Liverpool's number 8 has kicked on over the past few weeks, and a repeat of this performance at the Etihad will certainly help the Reds tighten their grip on the Premier League title. Ask a Liverpool fan which position requires urgent attention in the transfer market. Chances are the answer will be the no-6 position, despite the rapid emergence of Ryan Gravenberch. The next position that needs attention is left back. The current position holder is not getting any younger at the age of 30. It is clear to see that playing 2 matches a week takes its toll on Andy Robertson. It is a testament to his playing style of rampaging up and down that left flank. Having said this, as a senior squad member, Robertson still has a lot to offer behind the scenes and can still be an important player in one-off games. Robertson would make an excellent squad player. Kostas Tsimikas has shown more consistent form this season, but still not hitting the heights of a prime Robertson. We decided to put ourselves in the shoes of Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards and scour the European market for the next Robertson. We implemented a filter to ensure that we got a left back that plays in the top leagues and is younger than 24 years old. Moneyball strategy being front and center here, as I wanted a player who is seasoned and not someone who has been in and out of the team. Consistent appearances for their club is necessary to ensure we obtain a player that is experienced but yet to hit their prime. The last part of the criteria covers off their contribution to the team. The final criteria, we look at player stats. The primary measure is the number of clean sheets that they have contributed to, and the secondary measure is the number of assists and goals they have got to make an impact on the attacking aspect. A final nice-to-have is recognition from your home nation. We also take into consideration players that have played for their respective country. The criteria produces an abundance of talent. There are the top fullbacks already established and therefore can be considered out of reach due to the expected cost. The first 2 on the list were Nuno Mendes of PSG and Alphonso Davies of Bayern Munich. The huge transfer fee aside, these players would already be on huge pay deals and wouldn't want a pay cut. The aim here in true Moneyball ethos is to unearth the next best left back in the world. Milos Kerkez. The Bournemouth defender statistically shines amongst his peers. At the age of 21, his statistics are amongst the more seasoned players at the age of 24, indicating that he has a higher ceiling.